Ganesh is worshipped all over the country, not only during Ganesh Chaturthi, but before every puja or ritual of worship. But did you know that according to Mudgala Purana, Ganesh took 8 avatars or incarnations to save the world from demons who personified a dosha or a shortcoming in human nature. These doshas are also present in gods, and it is through them that the demons were born. Ganesh has an elephant head and trunk in every avatar, but he trades his vahana, Mooshik, for other animals in some of his incarnations. Let's get to know the stories behind each avatar. Vakratunda. Ganesha's first incarnation was as Vakratunda, meaning curved trunk. According to the legend, Lord Indra's Pramad gave birth to the demon Matsurasura. Matsara means jealousy and selfishness. After severe penance, Matsurasura received the boon of fearlessness from Shiva. He, along with his 2 sons, Sundarapriya and Vishayapriya, conquered the 3 worlds and created havoc everywhere. All the gods approached Shiva for help, but bound by his own boon, Shiva could not do much. Finally, Lord Dattatreya came to the rescue. He gave all the gods the secret of the monosyllabic mantra, Gam, and asked them to call upon Lord Vakratunda. Seated on his vehicle, the lion, Vakratunda arrived and killed both sons of Matsara. Looking at the mighty god, the demon surrendered and asked for forgiveness. The Lord forgave him and restored the 3 worlds. Ganesh, in his Vakratunda avatar, shows the world that however powerful or rich you are, wisdom lies in knowing and understanding your limits. Ekadanta. The Asura Chavana had a son, Mother, who was fond of Madira or alcohol. Mother was schooled by his uncle Shukracharya, Chavana's brother, as well as the guru of the Asuras. Madasura told Shukracharya that he wanted to rule the world. Pleased by his nephew's ambition, Shukracharya gave him the Shakti mantra, Hrim. Madasura performed penance for 1,000 years, invoking the goddess, and received special powers from her. Armed with these new powers, and high on alcohol and arrogance, Madasura started conquering the 3 worlds. The gods turned to the sage Sanat Kumar for help. Sanat Kumar asked them to invoke Ekadanta. Seated on Mooshik, Ekadanta came to wage war against the demon. However, Madasura lost his courage in front of the mighty god and surrendered, earning Ekadanta's forgiveness. Ganesh in Ekadanta avatar shows us that intoxication can fill one with pride beyond control. Mahodara. The story of Ganesha's third avatar, Mahodara, has 2 versions. The first version talks of the main antagonist, Mohasura, who came to be known as Daityaraj or the king of the Asuras because of his devotion to Surya, the sun god. In the second version, once when Shiva was in deep meditation, the gods needed him. They asked Parvati to help break his trance. Parvati took an alluring form and distracted Shiva. When Shiva came out of his meditative state, Parvati discarded her alluring form. This discarded energy took the form of Mohasura, the embodiment of delusion, who then went on to rampage against all 3 worlds. Both stories conclude similarly. The terrified gods went to Surya for help. Surya advised them to pray to Mahodara. Pleased by the prayers, Mahodara arrives to Mooshik to wage war against Mohasura. At this point, Vishnu appears, advising Mohasura to surrender, as all his sins will be forgiven. Mohasura pays heed to Lord Vishnu's advice and surrenders himself to Mahodara, becoming his devotee forever. Gajanana. Kubera, the treasurer of the heavens, once visited Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva. He looked at goddess Parvati with lustful eyes, which made the goddess very angry. Kubera started shivering with fear. This fearful energy got manifested into Lobha. Lobhasura went on to study under Shukracharya, using the mantra Om Namah Shivaya to perform penance. and eventually gain enough power to conquer the three realms. Troubled, the gods approached sage Raipya, who told them to pray Lord Gajanan. The sheer presence of Gajanan was enough to fill Lobhasura with guilt, who begs for forgiveness. This avatar shows the world that lust is self-indulgent and self-centered, and unknowingly leads to destruction of the soul. Lambodara. During the episode of celestial churning of the ocean, Vishnu took the form of the beautiful and charming Mohini to trick the Asuras. However, he did not see Shiva becoming enchanted by this avatar of his. When Vishnu realizes this, Vishnu immediately reverts to his original form. This made Shiva sad and angry, and this anger manifested into a terrible demon named Krodhasura. Krodhasura became Shukracharya's student, venerating the sun god and performed penance, becoming powerful enough to destroy the three worlds. To stop Krodhasura's rampage, Ganesha took the form of Lambodara and appeared with a pot belly large enough to accommodate the anger of the demon Krodhasura. Lambodara manages to subdue Krodhasura and peace is restored. Vikata. Kamasur was born of Vishnu and Vrinda, the wife of the demon Jalandhar. He embodied trickery, lust, and the consequences of lust. Kamasur took refuge with Shukracharya, the guru of the Asuras, and was told to observe severe penance and meditate on Shiva. Kamasur then received a boon by which he conquered the three worlds and created trouble for all the gods. On sage Mudgala's advice, the gods begin to chant Om in a place Mayuresha Kshetra, thus summoning Ganesha in the avatar of Vikata on top of a peacock. In his Vikata avatar, Ganesh is able to easily defeat Kamasura. This avatar shows the world that desire has no end. Satisfaction and happiness are not the outcomes of any achievement, but a state of being that comes from within. Vighnaraj. Once goddess Parvati was relaxing in the company of her friends in a forest when her burst of laughter manifested into a handsome boy. Surprised by her creation and swayed by her ego, which resulted in attachment, she named him Mama, which in Sanskrit means mine. She told him to always follow the right path and pray to Lord Ganesha. Mama decides to retire to the forests to meditate on Lord Ganesha, but meets the demon Sambara on the way. Sambara lures him into the world of Asuras, and slowly the good-natured Mama becomes the demon Mamasura. He marries Mohini, the daughter of an Asura chief, and starts his campaign to rule all the three worlds. Defeated and thrown out of Swargalok, the gods turn to Ganesh for help. So Ganesh takes on the avatar of Vignaraj, the remover of obstacles. Riding on the great serpent, Sheshnag, Vighnaraj tames the demon of attachment and restores peace. Vighnaraj was a symbol that showed the world that there is no pleasure in worldly attachments. The soul seeks truth and divinity, everything else is an illusion. Dhumravarna. This was the last avatar of Ganesh. Once Brahma gave the right to rule over the world of action to his grandson, the sun god Surya. Surya grew proud and thought to himself that since the entire world is governed by karma or action, he had become the lord of the whole world. As this thought passed his mind, he happened to sneeze, and from his sneeze manifested a demon. The demon went to Shukracharya, who gave him the name Ahankarasur, as he was born from the sun's ego. Shukracharya also asked him to do penance and meditate on Ganesha. Terrified by Ahankarasur's growing power, the gods look to Ganesh for help. Ganesh obliges, taking on the form of Dhumravarna, arriving on Mooshik and defeating the proud demon. This story reminds us that Ahankar or ego is the root cause of self-destruction. When we immerse Ganesha's likeliness in the sea at the end of Ganesh Chaturthi, we also immerse all our negative traits, be it pride, arrogance, desire, delusion, greed, anger, jealousy, or self love. Ganesha's potbelly is large enough to take away all our flaws and sufferings. May He grant us the strength and fill our lives with happiness and love.